This is my presentation for my final project. For my project, I chose cyberbullying prevention. I chose cyberbullying because I work in a really big school district. I work with high school students, and I see a lot of them on their phones a lot. I hear a lot about Facebook and everything else with social media. And we would start by talking about what cyberbullying is in my class. And it's bullying that takes place using electronic technology. This includes devices and equipment such as cell phones, computers, tablets, communications tools, social media, text messages, chats, websites. It includes a lot of different things with technology. Some of this includes mean text messages or emails, rumors sent by email or posted on social networking sites, embarrassing pictures, embarrassing photos, websites, making fake profiles for people. Cyberbullying is different than regular bullying because through the use of technology, cyberbullying is occurring 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Some of these messages can be sent anonymously, so you might not even know where it's coming from. Some can't be tracked, and it's very difficult to remove the harassing messages. Once they're seen, they're seen. You can screenshot things, you can resend things on, so it's definitely seen a lot. For my curriculum, it would be a 3-week curriculum or 3-week program with my classes. I would be probably done with my adolescent psychology class. It's a class of 10th through 12th graders. We already talk about teen issues. Bullying is one of them, so to fit right in perfectly. It would be inquiry, project design, project presentations, and so it would take us about 3 weeks. We would start by discussing what cyberbullying is. We would first want to see what the kids already know. So we'd say, what do they know? What do they want to know? What do they want to learn about this? We look at who is affected, how are they affected, basically why do we care about studying this. We look at some of the specific cases that have occurred in the past that were in the news. We talk about ways that bullying is already being handled, how would our students think that could be handled, what would they do about it, and then they would create an in-depth cyberbullying plan for our school. So who is affected? Both the bully and the victim can be affected in this. It's a two-way street with this. And then children who are cyberbullied are more likely to use alcohol and drugs, skip school, experience traditional bullying on top of the cyberbullying, be unwilling to attend school, receive poor grades, have lower self-esteem, and would have more health problems, a lot of mental health problems as well. So some of the cases we would discuss in depth would be the Ryan Halligan case. This was one where he was bullied because of his speech, language, and motor skills development. He was getting special education services, so he was a quote-unquote easy target for some of the bullies. He shared a personal story with someone who he thought was his friend, and then this caused a rumor that he was gay. The bully then created a fake instant messenger account and pretended to be a girl to talk to him to get more personal information from him, and these conversations were shared with other students. This caused Ryan to hang himself in the family bathroom because of the cyberbullying. Another case we look at would be the Megan Miner case. She was friends with a boy named Josh online. They never met in person. They never spoke on the phone. Josh began saying he didn't like her anymore. He told her the world would be a better place without her. This ended up causing her to hang herself in her bedroom closet. After her death, it was revealed that Josh wasn't a real person. He was actually one of Megan's friends and the friend's mother who created this fake account. So this definitely could have been prevented. Another case would be the Jessica Logan case we would talk about. She sent some nude photos to her boyfriend. After they broke up, he sent them to hundreds of other people. She was also cyberbullied through Facebook, MySpace, text messages, and she hanged herself after she attended the funeral of somebody else who committed suicide. Another case would be the Hope Witzel case. She had a similar thing to Jessica. She sent a photo of her boyfriend, or to her boyfriend. She sexted him. That photo was then shared with people from 6 other schools. There was also a Hope Hater page on MySpace. This also caused her to hang herself. Another case would be the Tyler Clementi case. He shared with people that he was gay when he was in college. His roommate streamed footage of him kissing another boy on a webcam for others to see. This caused him to be ridiculed by many people and ended up with him committing suicide by jumping off the George Washington Bridge. Another case would be Amanda Todd. She posted a YouTube video that told her experiences of being bullied and blackmailed. It was viewed by many people. In 7th grade, she started talking to people online, making some new friends that way. One convinced her to show her breasts online or on camera. The photo that began circulating the internet, this bully kept following her and harassing her and kind of stalking her in a way. He created a profile picture for a Facebook page with her. She would move schools. He'd continue to harass her. She also hanged herself in her home. So we would look at all of those cases and why did my students think they happened? How did they think it could have been prevented? Did these students need extra help? So we really dig into these and why they happened, how we could have prevented them as a way of getting them to think about our own prevention in our school. After we would do that, we would talk about what's currently being done. So I would challenge my kids to go online and find some research, find some articles that tell about what schools are currently doing, see what's working, what's not working. Would these work in our school? You know, our school is really big. There's 700 plus students in a class. So what do they think? Would these ones be ones we could fit into? Would we want to change them? We talk about 2 current programs that are also being used after they did their research. One's the Youth Matters program, which has consequences for bullying. It teaches young people skills of how they can help against bullying, how they can become better citizens. There's also a Kiva program, which includes class lessons, whole school actions, parent websites. So maybe thinking about combining those into our own program. And then after this, students would work together to develop their own plan. We would discuss what's being done, and then they'd have the challenge of what would work best for us. They work in small groups. They'd make an extensive plan that has to have ways of preventing cyberbullying in our schools, as well as how it would be handled if it did occur in our schools. Again, our school is really, really large, so while most of our students are very nice and I don't hear a lot of this happening, it does happen. Their plans need to be backed by research. They need to cite their sources, show me what they're using for their research, and they're going to present this in an interesting, creative way. This can be whatever the students choose to do. I want their creativity to show with this, so they have the option for that. After we have that, they are going to present to the class. We will also, during these, give feedback to that group of how they can improve, make it better. We need some constructive criticism to make these the best that we can make them. And then after they're all revised, improved, we would kind of vote to see which 3 plans work best for our school. Once we have those top 3 ideas, we would present them to the administration of our building. This would include our building principal, our house principals, our dean, guidance counselors, maybe the nurse, anybody who wants to have input on our program. From there, administration would pick the one they think is the best, which would be most beneficial for our school and our students. And then that group and administration would work together to further revise the plan, come up with something the administration is comfortable with, that the students are comfortable with, that they think would work. After we had all of that, we would roll that out to be presented to our building. It would be the plan that would be put in place for our students. Again, it would have to include how we can prevent it. What do you do if you see someone being bullied or hear of somebody being bullied? What do we do if we find out this is happening? So there'd be lots of stuff put in place with that. Again, I think this is really important because of how large our school district is. I always see kids on phones. Again, I hear them using all of these things, Facebook, I hear about text messages, I hear some girls especially talking about some bullying that's going on. We report that and have to deal with that. So we really need a good plan of how to keep this out of our schools as best as we can. So that's why I'm kind of thinking with this project to have my students have that role of choosing what they think is going to work. It's going to be them that are affected. So I think it should come from them. Thank you.